How is this even possible? Default? What the hell is that? All right, there. Can you hear me now, everyone? Oh my God, sorry. I don't know why my OBS for some reason literally removed my microphone right here and just was set to default. So that's very strange. It's probably because I haven't like streamed in like a gajillion years. So, um, really, was it that long? Oh my God. What's up, J? Oh, JJ, I read your comment and I'm sorry. I must not have seen your other reply cuz for whatever reason YouTube doesn't show me replies to a reply. I don't know if that makes sense, but hello everyone. Welcome. Um who's at Disney? Who's at who's at Disney World? Oh, Bo. Bo, what's up? Cool, dude. Yeah, have fun. Thank you. Mm, low low gain. Hold on. All right, can you guys hear Joe? That's what I said, Joel. No, I said Joel. Yeah, Joel. Okay, wait. Is the gain better now? Bop 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 bop. No, no Joel audio. Oh my god. Yeah, I can hear you fine, which is weird. What's up, Mensa? All right, is that better for me, you guys? Can you hear me better now? Yes, yes, maybe. I can hear myself on Joe's end. How many pull-hawks does it take to stream audio? Oh my god. I don't know why you don't though. Like it doesn't make sense. Oh wait. Hold on. I think I figured it out. No, I didn't figure it out. Uh Okay, for some reason I'm going into the same thing. It reset all of my stuff. I don't know why. It's really annoying.
Let's see if it works now.
Yep, there you are.
Can you guys hear me?
A boom. Boom.
Oh, there we go. I just
Boom.
heard myself.
Boom.
And
You're louder than I am.
there's a
Why am
delay
I not loud?
at the phone.
No, that's on your
It's over
end.
here.
Oh, there. I think
Yeah.
that's better now.
So there's a delay
Good
between
God,
our
man.
video and the YouTube. So yeah, that's cool. All right, we're up. We're running. What's up, fuckers?
There's a
You guys didn't hear me
delay.
say that earlier.
A delay. There's a delay. A
Yeah.
delay. Ba 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 ba. Okay. Um welcome to the show. Boop.
So what are we doing tonight, She Lion? Are we going She Bitch or are we just going She Lion
I'm
tonight?
always she bitch, dude. I'm 100% she bitch. Um what are we doing? What are we doing? Well,
Messiah, what's up?
we have a giveaway. He's louder. Yeah, hold on, let me turn you down. You're just loud anyways. You're a loud ass person.
It's the voice. I got a radio voice. That's what I got.
Yeah, it sounds like you got like a retro lizard. Never mind.
Toxin sounds great. You know what they say? Retro Lizards Custom Arcades, the #1 custom arcade business in Western New York. Retro Lizards
Yeah.
Custom Arcades.com.
How's that going? So you've got like commercials now.
I do. The commercial on the radio isn't bringing in any business, or it hasn't.
Right. You were
Sometimes,
saying that for that one, but how about the other spot that you were talking about?
um, the no, that didn't do anything. So, the only thing that actually has got me some local stuff from advertising is the vinyls on my back window.
The
Um,
vinyls. Oh my god.
yeah, I had my company name and phone number
That's
put on my
funny.
back window of my car 2 weeks ago. I've had four people call me, and they're like, "Yeah, we seen you driving," and I'm like, and then we Googled you. I'm like, "Great!" So that brought in some stuff. Otherwise, yeah, the radio thing, it didn't really do anything. Which I think it's the timing of it because it runs between 7 p.m. and midnight, and
Mm,
who's really listening to the radio between 7 p.m. and midnight?
right.
So it's basically kind of just bragging rights for me right now
Mm-hmm.
because I can say I sponsor a DJ on one of the local radio stations. I threw
Right.
it up on my website. So then when local people do find me, they can at least see like, oh, this isn't just some asshole. He actually has, he's sponsoring somebody on the
Well, I
local
mean, you
radio
are
station that
some
everybody.
asshole.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's no doubt about that. I'm a fucking asshole in general, but when it comes to a
I need
business,
like
they
a
can see that I'm a
bleeper for when
legit.
you're on my show, like specifically when you're on my show.
You need a what? A bleeder?
Like a bleeper, like boop, boop.
Well, when I was on Rascal's basement arcade show, he pulled up the Metal Gear Solid. Whoop. So every time I dropped an F bomb,
Oh,
he hit
yeah.
the. Whoop.
Bloop.
Yep. Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Yeah, I should get one of those. Let's see. JJ says we're both still really low, but then Mensa says perfect. How to Bachelor says perfect. Are you? Is it better now, JJ? Because I think we're both set equally. You guys, I'm really. My apologies for the tech difficulties. So I think the reason why it happened was because I had my mic unplugged, and it, for some reason, like OBS just reset everything, even though it was plugged in before I started the program. I don't know, man. I don't know. So we're doing a giveaway tonight, and the giveaway is sponsored by Ezekiel, the Chicago Retro Ranger, and he decided to send me two of these new what are they called, the hyper, oh my god, I'm having a brain fart right now. They're hyper something, hyper pocket something, is that what
The
they're
Hyper
called?
Capcom thing.
Yeah, but they're like, oh, hyper megatech handhelds. Yeah.
That's a
um
mouthful.
it is but they look really cool. And they're definitely cool for a giveaway. So that was really nice of him. Shout out to him and thank you for donating those to do a giveaway with. Appreciate that. Appreciate it, Ezekiel. So, anyways, that's what we're giving away. We're giving away a Taito handheld, which is green and like almost like a charcoaly gray, I think, and then a Capcom one, which is blue and yellow. So that's exciting, and we'll be doing that at the end of the show. And make sure you're in the chat, so if you entered the contest, you can claim your prize.
So Jade, tell me about the handhelds though. Did you get to test these out? I mean, obviously I know what the Capcom one is, but what's on the Tato? Does the Tato have games on it already?
Um, yeah. So they, as far as I understand, they come preloaded with games. And no, I haven't tested them out because whoever gets them, like, I want them to have like a brand new thing. But
Okay,
they're arcade games, like on this little handheld. Um, so we have, let's see, the Capcom one. I'm trying to see like the full games list because it's got here. Here it is. Okay, so it's got the Capcom one has 1942, 1943, 1944, Bionic Commando, Captain Commando, Street Fighter 2, Strider, Hyper Fighting, Strider, Wolf of the Battlefield, Mercs, Mega Man, Final Fight, and Mega Man looks like, what is that? The NES version? Final Fight, Ghouls and Ghosts, and Forgotten Worlds.
that's a list of bangers.
Yeah, those are all like really notable games, So let's check out the Taito one, Taito edition. And now I guess the question would be, can you get more or can you side load? And because I think it has like a little cartridge port on it or something. Oh, it's got Operation Wolf. That's funny. Okay, so Space Invaders, Bubble Bobble, Operation Wolf, the New Zealand story, Roston, Kadash. Why have I never? I mean, yeah, I haven't heard of that. Chack and Pop, Don Doko Don, Elevator Action, Football Champ, Growl, Kiki Kai.
What?
Kiki Kai Kai, Legend of Cage Classic, Liquid Kids Space Invaders 91, The Fairyland Story, Volfield, Puzzle Bobble. So lots of good. Where's Rainbow Island though? Lots of good games on there. So that one comes with 18 games.
Sounds like a lot of Japanese style games though, or Japanese games.
Well, Taito is more kind of colorful like that.
Right, but doesn't Taito do like Double Dragon?
Yes.
And their
Hmm.
Double Dragon's not on it.
Well,
So
maybe,
that
I don't
sucks to
know.
me.
Maybe it's a licensing thing.
Probably. You're probably right.
You know how
It's all
that,
about
yeah,
licensing,
you know
right?
how that is, dude. Don't
Yeah.
even get me
Are we gonna
started
are
on
we
that
gonna
one.
are we gonna start that? Let's get started on
No.
that. Let's get into the licensing on it. Let's talk shit. Come on, let me
So
hear it, Jade.
so they both have 2.8-inch IPS screens, 320 by 240, and then they have 3.5 millimeter headphone jacks. So USB-C for fast charging, which is good. So it's pretty much it. They're very compact and like they're cool. They're neat.
It's
They're
like a
just
like a Game
tiny.
Boy like a Game Boy Pocket, basically.
Yeah, kind of, but
Yeah.
with an IPS screen, of
Right.
course.
Of course. Yeah.
Um,
It's the Capcom one sounds a little sexier to me than the Taito one does, though. But if Taito had Double Dragon on it,
yeah,
I'd fucking be on it all day.
I like the colors of the Taito one, but I like obviously you have to have blue and yellow for Capcom, but I like the game list on Capcom better. So sorry guys, I'm not catching all of the chat here. But I'm just kind of like scrolling back up through it. And Joel,
Yes.
what is so you and I have been going like back and forth because I kind of wanted to talk about this, but you and I have been going back and forth on like some of the build stuff that I'm working on with the Multicade.
Yeah.
And did you get a chance to try out the dance pad?
No, I have not. It's still in a box. And reason
Oh
being,
my
I just don't.
god.
I didn't build a PC yet or grab a PC to run it yet.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
I'm going to be building an arcade for it as a prototype. And so Jade's talking about DDR. If you guys are wondering why she said dance pad, so she got a DDR pad from LTech. I got a DDR pad from LTech. My
Mm-hmm.
plan is to release a DDR arcade, a multicade, sometime in early
Yes.
2024.
So like
I,
pretty much a pure, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, just dedicated to it, kind of like the Guitar Hero that I have. We're gonna do
Yeah.
dedicated DDR and DDR style games. I'll probably put Step Mania on it because it comes with the pad, but I got to build the arcade first. So I need to buy a prototype style arcade
Mm-hmm.
to work with it, which is probably going to be the GRS mid-size light gun arcade that I use for Guitar Hero prototype,
Yeah, I was gonna say
except
the
with
Guitar Hero one
DDR
would be.
graphics.
Yeah, it would be that would be like your ideal. But there's
Yeah,
like there's a lot of different versions of DDR, and because I was looking at this the other day, and I think some of them had like the screen was like kind of separated from like the cabinet. You know what I'm
it
saying?
was. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Like it came off the cabinet a little bit, like off a mount.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Who said they don't like Mega Man?
yeah. Who
Who
doesn't love Mega
who
Man?
uttered that? Who uttered those words?
Well, wait, Mega Man's Capcom, and that's not on the Capcom handheld, right? Or was that on the list?
Uh, yeah, Mega Man is Capcom. Uh-huh.
You know, the Duke Nukem thing on the carts, that's cool, but for some reason it doesn't attract me. I was trying to play it the other day on my box and my retro game box. I'm like, it just kind of doesn't hold up to me anymore. Like I went back to Doom. Duke Nukem just reminds me of Doom with sexy language. That's it.
Yeah,
That's it.
but no, Duke Nukem though had some different physics than Doom. Like you could look up and down, I think, and uh, like the resolution was sharper. I really liked the automatic pistol in Duke Nukem, and then like they just had some cool weapons, but it's not like Doom is I think more fast paced. I feel like, and you're just like blasting like blah blah blah, like going through and like
Right.
blasting things, you know.
Right.
So I think there's that element to it, which I love, and I haven't played it in forever, but Quake Online.
Oh, I love Quake.
I used to be so into Quake Online and like Quake 3 Arena originally. And then when you remember when you had to connect to like the IP addresses.
Yeah.
But so, and then it moved on to Quake Live, which I was hugely into that when they were running the script on the internet. And then I moved on to Quake Champions, and Quake Champions is awesome, but I love that fast paced, like crazy physics. You're like jumping, across this huge gap and like shooting rockets at people, like so fun.
I only played Quake for Nintendo 64, the first Quake, but I
Oh,
love
that's
that game.
garbage. That's the
No,
garbage version, dude.
I see. I don't think that's the garbage version. I still go back and play it, man. When you get the nail gun and it's the rotating nail gun on a turret when you're running around with it, I
Yeah.
fucking love that. I love that game. I still remember the first time I ever played it. I rented it from Blockbuster with this kid named Corey. I was spending the night at his house, and I brought my Nintendo 64 over. And his mom would always take us to Blockbuster to rent a game for the weekend, and that was the game we picked out because it looked fucking cool and evil. And we popped it in, and it was fucking cool and evil, man. We had a
That's
blast. We didn't beat it that night, but we had a blast playing that game. I
that's
think
a
we got to
great
like level 8.
that's a great way to find a good game. Like, does this game look cool and evil? Oh, this is evil as
Well,
shit. Let's play it.
back in the 90s, it was all about the box art. If the
Yeah.
box art
Oh, I
attracted
I
you, you were
agree.
getting the game.
Yeah,
You know, the
I agree.
sexier the box looked, the better it doesn't mean that the game was good, but the sexier it looked, the more that you wanted to play it.
Yeah. I well, and that's totally true with like Atari games. That was a huge thing because like Atari games, like the graphics were usually very basic, but they had some badass, character artwork or the way the cover was drawn on those games like in the 80s that were like you felt like that's what you were going to imagine the game was actually
Yeah,
like.
exactly.
So there was definitely that element to it. And I think like when PlayStation and N64 came onto the scene, then you really started to like kind of transition that you know box art into like actual gameplay or whatever.
Yeah, because if you look at Shadows of the Empire,
Mm-hmm.
if I look at the cover of Shadows of the Empire, that's exactly how I imagine the game is, and it kind of is to me.
Yeah.
You know, when I play that one. When you look at Super Mario 64 and he's flying with the feathers in the hat,
Yeah.
or the wings in the hat,
Uh
you
huh.
get to do that in the game. So you're absolutely right. Those transferred over into the gameplay. And then when you look at Quake, the cover of Quake is just that cue with the fucking black background and it looks like satanic writing all over it. It's like, yeah, that's fucking Quake, man.
Oh, dude. But yeah, I used to play Quake, so I would play the original Quake on a 486. I think I had a 486 DX, like a what was it, like a 133 or something. Anyways, my friend had a PC, and we would dial up, and I think I was on like a 28.8 or 33.6, and we would dial up, and then we would have to connect to each other's IPs, and then we would play like 1v1 on Quake. And that was like my first online experience. I never really played like Doom online or anything. It was Quake.
Say, I actually never played games online until was the first game I tried online. It was Xbox 360. Of course, I tried Call
Oh
of
shit.
Duty online, and
Okay.
it sucked.
Yeah.
I never did like original Xbox online or PlayStation 2 online. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Me either. Me either. Um, I didn't do any of that. I didn't do any online console stuff actually until I think Xbox One. Yeah. Xbox One X was my first online.
experience.
Because here's the thing, like the gap between PC and console was so significant, at least to me as like a PC gamer, that I was like, I'm not buying a console until they get it like to where you can't really tell the
It needs to be.
difference. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, PC's always been king.
But now they're getting it. I mean, PC is still always better because it's more powerful overall, like their GPUs. But now it's to the point where it looks good enough that like you're not gonna pick it apart and like you'll be able to play it.
No, yeah, dude, PS5, playing like NBA 2K23 or 2K24, it looks so real,
Mm-hmm.
like so real. It's insane, and like the movements of the guys, the flawlessness. I got to go back to Spider-Man 2. Also, Spider-Man 2 is just it's probably the most gorgeous game I've seen on the PS5 right now.
Mm.
So, and there's some gorgeous ass games on there,
What
but I
about
would say
Horizon? Did you play Horizon?
I don't play that. I don't like that series. So
Oh,
I
why?
just
Because
I
it's a
tried it. I just
female
couldn't.
lead.
No, fuck no.
Is that why? You
Don't give me
sexist
that.
pig.
Don't give me that shit. Fucking girl power, equalization between the sexes. All right, Spice Girls all day, bitch.
Yeah.
Um,
No, I mean, but
I just didn't get into the series. I tried it on PS4. I have Horizon Zero Dawn on PS4, and I just
mm-hmm.
didn't get into it. That's all. Yeah.
um, but yeah, they're what do you call it? Like exclusives are all amazing. I mean, I've talked about this before, but like they're always amazing because it's like, all of their dev power goes to like everything that console is capable of doing. Probably things
Right.
that like third party companies aren't even allowed to use, like in their dev kits or something, which is
Right.
why the games look so amazing.
Right. So if you look at like Jedi Survivor or Fallen Order compared to RoboCop cross-platform, and then you go to the exclusives between Halo Infinite, and then you're looking at like God of War for PS5, you're right. They're just unleashing the bandwidth of the console right there as much as they
Yeah.
can.
Um, Paul says newer games are too realistic. There is like some, I feel like there is an element of that. I feel like it's more towards, for me personally, it's like towards warfare games. I'm like, God, like just these like the storylines and like the guys, like what the characters are supposed to be doing. I'm just like, man, it takes me. It's like too close to home, I guess. Um, but like just some of the themes, I'm like, wow, that's like intense, man. Uh, yeah, I don't know, but I kind of agree with what Paul said.
Real
But game,
Mofo says Spider-Man 2 looks like a movie. Dude, it plays like a movie too. It's
yeah,
crazy. It's
yeah,
so fucking good.
yeah. I really need to
You got
play
to get a
that.
PS5. Dude, you get
I
to be
have a
Venom.
PS5.
You get to be Venom.
Oh yeah, yeah, I saw that. Okay. So what's the deal with? Because I watched a little bit of your show with what's his name, Bill Tendo,
Yeah.
or I was listening to you guys, and you guys were talking about like the emulation boxes. Like you said, you like hate the emulation boxes, and I kind of agree to a certain extent. But like, what is your main beef with like the emulation boxes, or what's like your limitation where you're just like, this is garbage?
Half the games aren't even aren't even the games for the system. They're fucking no name off brand 8-bit fucking indie dev bullshit that we never heard of. You know,
Yeah.
you maybe
Mm-hmm.
get like if you get those 501s, and maybe I'd say 200 games are the actual like NES games
Yeah.
or whatever, and then the other 300 are bullshit that you don't even know what it is. It's like the old AT game Sega Genesis. The AT game Sega Genesis had like 50 games on it, and I think 20 of them were actually Sega Genesis games, and the other ones were just bullshit games. You know,
That's
those little emulation, and they're so cheap and they're so shitty, and they're just so cheap and shitty, and people, they're getting praised all over TikTok, so we're laying into it because it's like we make better shit and we sell better shit. Yeah, it costs a little bit more money, but again, you get what you fucking pay for. You want to buy a $20 shitty gaming NES box from fucking AliExpress or one of these companies, then go ahead, but you're gonna get what you paid for. You can go ahead and spend more money and get the actual shit from us. That's
yeah.
what it comes down to.
I mean, I think the build is like an important aspect of it, especially if you're just like buying something to play it and have no knowledge of anything.
Right.
And then obviously like what's powering it, I think that those are like really big factors for me personally. And then the repeating games, or like the non like console versions, and you're expecting arcade versions. So like Pandora's Box, for example, we'll have like three versions of Mortal Kombat 3 or Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, and none of them are the arcade version. You're like, what is this trash?
And some
Um,
of them are missing sound too.
yeah, yeah. So it's things like that really bother me. Um, but just to mention real quick, I am going to be looking at a newer one, and I kind of talked to you about it a little bit. Um, but I'm interested to see like what they're producing with this, because basically it's by a company called Kinhank, and they're N100 mini PCs. So it's pretty cool. I mean, like potentially, the potentiality for it to be cool is there, right?
Right.
More than like an Android.
But how much of it's going to be filler games? How much of it is it going to be your BS
Well,
games?
right. The build
Stuff like
aspect of
that.
it is going to be the part where I'm going to be like, okay, well, what does this really come with? What is really actually on here? Because there's like those Android TV boxes, which aren't like, I don't think they're that. great. Like in the TV
No.
boxes, I'm not talking about the Bash box, Mensa, if you're in here. Um, but the TV, the Android TV boxes, and they come, they come with those types of builds, and you're just like, what the f, dude? But Worst Jago said, did anyone else snag a Retrotink 4K today? Um,
No.
I didn't, but my thing with the Retrotink 4K is I think it's an amazing piece of hardware. Like I really do. I think what it does is awesome, but my question is like why would I pay 750 for that? Like
So
what justifiable reason for, like I don't know. Like I just
is it
don't
is it really 750 though? Because I was looking at them the other day and it was 320. It was 350.
really.
Yeah, I was on the Retrotink website and I was looking at them the other day, and their most expensive one was 350.
Did they sell out, Jago? Um Hold on. Let me see what you're talking about here.
Yeah, let me pull it
No,
up.
750 out of stock. Yeah, they sold out.
Because the Retro, they have a couple versions of it, and I mean, there's the 5X Pro, there's the whatever.
Oh,
So I
those are
mean,
the older ones. The RetroTink 4K specifically is, yeah, the 5X Pro is the older one. That's 325. That's what you're thinking of.
yeah, but the Retrotink 4K, or yeah, this is MSRP 750 for
I,
this one, but
like I
there's
see a lot of guys who do like um
but then the 5X Pro is also putting out 4K though. You can plug it into a
yeah,
4K
but
TV.
it's not. I watched a comparison video. Well, not a comparison video. I watched a video that like basically broke it down. If you guys haven't heard of 8-Bit Esquire, you should check him out because he makes really good videos. He makes really good content. Um, and he did a video like a week or week and a half ago on the RetroTink 4K, and I was like really impressed like with how he broke it down. I mean, the technical aspect and like his knowledge comparisons and the things that he was talking about, I was like, holy crap, dude. It really is a good product. Like it really does do some cool stuff. And kind of the main line in it was, will it replace your CRT? And I'm just like, well, if it costs $750, unless you're somebody like, Voltar, who is doing like modding and is doing RGB mods and all this other stuff, where I feel like there's a real application for it, it's like, why would I buy something like that to make my LCD look like a CRT? So then I'm paying for an LCD and a Tink 4K. And
Is that what the Tink does? The Tink makes it looks like a CRT TV.
well, you can. I mean, it's got like all these different options for how it outputs the signal, at what type of what do you call it? Sorry, resolution that it outputs the signal at, what type of scan lines, shaders, and like all these different options that it uses. And I think even like the refresh rate and stuff like that. It's like a multitude of things that you can do with it. So it gives you that option to use it that way. I mean, it looks good. It looks really good. And I think my thinking is though, like in 10 years, this exact technology is going to cost like $50.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because we're going to be on a new TVs and we're going to be up to 8K, 12K probably at that point. But I don't see it when it comes to a system like that, and if you're playing it on a 4K TV, I wouldn't personally. I wouldn't be using scan lines or anything like that on the TV. If I'm playing in 4K, I want to see that smooth, crisp 4K-ness that this thing's going to be putting out. I
Mm-hmm.
don't want to have to filter it to make it look better on the 4K. I want it to look good when I plug it in and put it out there. Like, have you ever used one of the Eons, like the Super 64? Or their Xbox version where it's an HDMI converter for your LCD TV for 1080p.
I haven't used those ones specifically, but I mean, I've used like upscalers and stuff like that.
So the Eon, I've used smaller upscalers. The smaller upscalers are they're cheap. I mean, but they do the trick sometimes. They're not that great, but they're kind of good and they're going to get you what you need. The Eons, I've used specifically the Super 64 Eon, and that thing fucking worked great. I was only using that on 1080p though. I wasn't plugging it into a 4K because this is when I had my game room down here with my LCD TVs, and I wanted to play on a flat screen, not a CRT. But CRT is king. Um, but the Eon, the Super 64 Eon, put out a smooth. It was impressive how smooth it made the Nintendo 64 look. I didn't use the Xbox one because by the time that came out, I didn't have an Xbox anymore. But I would rather use something like that. I mean, the Super Eon is 150 bucks compared to your Retrotink, which is 750. But you can get the 325 one too and be justified with that. But at the same time, it's universal, is
Mm-hmm.
where kind of what I'm
Mm-hmm.
getting at right now too. The Retrotink could be worth it for you guys if you're plugging multiple systems in. But if you're just using it for one specific system, it's not going to be worth the money to spend that much money on an upscaler.
Right. And that's what I would that's kind of like my point is like that's for to I mean obviously you can unplug it and change plugs or if you have like a permanent station with a TV that you're
Yeah.
using, you know. But worst Jago says if you want it to and by the way, sorry, real quick, shout out to Ezekiel, what's up, dude? If you're still in the chat, hey hey. Um, but I
So,
want to answer this. He says, uh, if you want it to look like an OG NES on your OLED or a Sony PVM, and so it's true. Like you're only gonna get the results that he's talking about. Like you're really only gonna get the real looking like actual like emulation of that with a Retrotink 4K. And but my other argument is, well, you can get a Sony PVM for a couple $100, and it's like most gamers use Sony PVMs because they want the really sharp like image on like a CRT screen, and they're small. They they don't take up a lot of space. So plus you get like the coax and RGB inputs and stuff like that. So it's like if you want a PVM, like you can
but at
just
the same, you can, but at the same time, does everybody have room for a PVM or an extra TV like that? Some people want to hook this up to their living room TV and play it in their living room with their
right,
kids, not in like a spare
right.
room or in the corner of a room or in a basement. Not everybody has the exact room of it, so the retro tank would probably be handy for somebody like that. But again, if I plugged in an NES to the retro tank, I'm not using scan lines. I wouldn't, because I want to see how crisp it's going to be. I know what that looks like on 1080p when I
Mm-hmm.
plug it into a regular TV. So why would I? I'm just not going to use I just hate scan lines. If it's not a real TV that puts out scan lines, I hate it. I hate it. You know, like when we're playing in a MAME or emulation on one of my PCs, I hate using the scanline filter on it because I think it makes it look like shit on a flat screen TV.
No
So
way,
then
dude. MAME has really good shaders now. Like you can
I
really
know it
do a lot of
does.
cool shit with the MAME shaders now.
I know it
Um,
does, but I think it looks like shit. I do.
really?
Yeah, I think it looks like shit. I really do. I'd rather play it without the. I don't want to see the lines going through my screen. You know, when I use BizHawk and I'm playing NES, I
Mm-hmm.
have it upscaled to 3840 by 2160, and it looks amazing to me.
Yeah. I mean, like I'm not disagreeing with you. I also there's like an element of look, if you were to hook up any system to that was meant to be played on a CRT originally, and you were to hook it up to an LCD or whatever LED TV,
Right,
there's not going to be scan lines. There's not going to be any filters that are pushing through it, and like that's technically the purest form of the image, right?
right.
Right. So I mean, like that's one way to look at it. Um, I personally like I like to mess with the shaders. Like I actually get it to look a lot like what a CRT looks like, and it's cool. So I like that. Um, but I mean, I think the Tink 4K is an amazing product. Like, so don't get me wrong. I just
Right.
can't justify like for myself. Like, I can't justify spending $750 on something like that. Like,
And
there's
then
no reason. There's no.
hang on. We got the old comment. We can't justify spending $750 on that. And then there's people out there buying $750 arcade one-up Time Crisis machines.
Oh, here we go.
Right? And
Here we
that's just
go.
one machine, and
Well,
it's 750 fucking dollars, and
yeah,
you're
no,
fucking getting 3 games with it,
you're
and
right.
that's all
You're right.
that you
But you
get,
know what?
and it's a piece of shit.
Those people definitely don't give a crap about the Tink 4K. They don't even know what it is.
No, they have no idea. If you say Ting 4K, they're gonna ask if it's like porn or something. Yeah, it's like Tinkerbell porn. It's what it sounds like, actually. But you know what? But what we're discussing here, though, between what you do and what I do, is personal preference. That's all that it is. So, like when Worst J goes in the chat and he's talking about what he's mentioning in there, it's just all personal preference on how you're
Oh
going to
yeah,
do it. Some
absolutely,
people like those. Some
absolutely.
people like those filters and think it looks better.
Yeah.
Personally, I would. Actually, I take it back. I would I do it depending on the size of the TV. If I'm on a 60-inch OLED flat screen TV, we'll probably going to need scan lines because it's going to look like shit.
See, I don't even like playing games on TVs that are that big
Neither do I.
unless it's like a modern
Right.
game, then it's okay. But I mean, like,
That's
go ahead.
but the what do you call it? I don't either. I'm agreeing with you. I do not. I prefer 32-inch or smaller to
Mm-hmm.
play on an old school game on an old school system like that. But we have assholes out there that have 80-inch fucking 4K LED fucking TVs or 4K OLED TVs and QNED TVs and all that other bullshit that's out there that people have, and they buy these products and plug it into that TV thinking it's going to look amazing, and then it looks like shit, and then they're going to spend the $750 on the Retrotink to do that because there's people out there that buy my systems that plug it into 75-inch TVs for
Yeah.
light guns and
Right.
think they're going to be able to play these things full screen, and that's when I have to turn on fucking bezels and all this other shit to make it look better for them and playable for them because it's too big of a fucking TV.
Uh huh.
Like why would you play a main game on a 75-inch TV in full screen? It's going to look like shit. That's where you have to turn on scan lines. You do. You really do.
Yeah.
Um, the bigger the TV you go, the worse it's going to look. And that's where the filters come in to make it filter it out and look better. But me and you don't play on TVs that size, but other people do. It's like, what are you doing? Why?
Yeah. That's not like a retro gaming. Yeah. I mean, I again, like, I just prefer smaller size for retro stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry about this, JJ, because we had technical difficulties in the beginning. I kind of got very distracted. So if you guys haven't heard of Joel from Retro Lizard's Custom Arcades before, this is him. He is awesome. He is very knowledgeable, and he basically has his own custom. I mean, he does have his own custom arcade company where he does his own builds, and does not only like builds the arcades, but also does like system builds on the side as well. And I actually reviewed his gun box in, I think it was like 2 or 3 videos ago. But anyways, yeah. So this is his second time being on, and I just kind of got sidetracked and forgot to reintroduce him. But
Do you want me to do a little background or introduction of myself for you guys,
um,
even though you just did one?
yeah, you,
Yeah, I'll just do it. I'll
yeah,
just do
you
it.
can go ahead.
So, all right,
I'm looking
guys.
for a
I'm
comment.
Retro Lizard. I own Retro Lizard's Custom Arcades. I'm a independent arcade company, custom arcade company located in Buffalo, New York. I build everything from sit-down racers, light gun arcades, Guitar Hero arcades, 2 players, 4 players. I make Batacera builds, which are also for free for the community. That's like my gift back to the community on Arcade Punks. But for those people that don't know how to download it and flash it, I also sell those already inside a small micro PC that's capable of playing the game, so that you can just buy it, plug it in, put it at home. Websites retrolizardscustomarcades.com. Believe it or not, I am the original light gun multicade. Everybody else has come after me. I was the first person selling an original light gun multicade to the public 3 years ago. I use Gun for IR on my arcades. I don't use Sinden. I prefer Sinden on the Retro Gun Box. You might have seen other people review it, but Sheline did a review for me too of my Retro Gun Box. I think that's a cool little system. It's got 127 retro light gun games on it. It goes up to PS1 and GameCube, or PS1 and Dreamcast. I was going to say GameCube, but it's Dreamcast, and it's plug and play with the send-in guns. So I think it's a great option for people for what they want to play, and you can plug it into any TV, whether it's a 4K TV or a 1080p TV, or even if you got a converter, you can probably plug it into a CRT if you want to make it work too, but no guarantees on that. I also do virtual pinball machines. I sell my drives that go inside my PCs for my arcade builds individually for the DIY guys. So all of my builds you can purchase on an external drive, and we'll get it going. So Retro Ralph did a plug on me too. That was a surprise. Um, wasn't expecting him to do it, but it is what it is. So I'm happy that he did. I'm happy that everybody did. Most importantly, I'm happy that she bitch did it for me. I'm sorry.
You're so welcome.
I'm not sorry. I like calling you she bitch because it's fun.
Well, I am.
So yeah, and you live up to it, and it's great. So yeah, that's me, guys. So I'm a custom arcade company located in Buffalo, New York. I'm independent, and I pump them out, man. You can go to RetroLizardsCustomArcades.com. I have a YouTube channel too. If you just Google Retro Lizard, I'm gonna pop up.
Yeah, you'll see
So and I'm
it.
gonna pop.
The first image that should pop up is like a giant dumpster full of trash.
What light gun would I recommend? So JJ's asking me what light gun would I recommend. All right, JJ. So we got it's depending on what you're going to use it on. If you're going to use it on Batacera, then you're going to want to send it. I guarantee it. It's the cheapest option that you can get. That's going to run perfect. Aim track is shit. It's just old technology. I used to have them. I would praise them 4 years ago or 3 years ago, but now we have Sendin and we have Gun for IR. Gun for IR, if you're going to use a Windows 10 PC or 11 PC, that's not going to be a higher end spec and a higher end build to play all the games you want to play currently through Tomb Raider and House of Dead Scarlet Dawn. So you're going to want a Gun for IR for that. It's the best thing on the market. It is pricey. Don't get me wrong, it is pricey, but it's worth it, 100% worth it. But if you're going to go lower end system, use Batacera, you're going to want to use Ascendant on that. So that would be my reference. If you got to use Batacera, use Ascendant. You got to use Windows, use a Gun for IR. Toxin's the man. I've actually met Toxin. Toxin, it was awesome hanging out with you at the Cleveland Gaming Convention. Totally awesome. And Toxin is a huge Spider-Man fan too. He's got my stuff. He's downloaded my stuff. He's bought my stuff. He's a great guy, and he can back it up too. So a lot of the guys in the chat, I'm sure that they know who it is, but can it play Bersis? What's Bersis?
Wait,
do you know what that is?
Bersis? I don't know.
BA Messiah.
Well, hold on.
Says,
Let me just real quick. Sorry. Let me close off this Retrotink thing. Because Worst Jago says he sold 500 units at 750. Yeah. A lot of people do want it. And like I said, like I totally think it's an awesome product, and I'm glad it's out there because it's a huge step towards, the technology that's going to come after it to make things even more streamlined and easy to work with. So like the ideology behind it, like I fully support and I like. It's just for myself personally, I can't like justify, like I don't have a reason to get one. That's all. But I do think it's really cool. I'd love to play around with one, but it's just I'm not ready for it yet. But I'll get there. I know I will.
Jade, do you got a light gun near you? Or is it across the room? There we go. Oh, that's the Time Crisis one. Fuck that gun. Hang on a second. Because Rio Mofo...
It's a Sinden. You just said a light gun.
Well, yeah. So Miro Mofo wanted to know if I had a light gun by me. I do, but it's 5 feet away from me. Hang on a second.
I have a gun for IR, but it's plugged in. And then I have a Sinden, which is also plugged in. So, Ultramark aim track. JJ says, what Mensa? What game is Beersis, by the way? Beersis. Why am I like drawing a total blank? Is that even a game? Are you messing around?
Gun for IR.
Yeah, gun for IR. Is that that one has recoil, right?
No, this is the GunCon 1. It does have recoil. I'm sorry, it's inside it. It's got a 12-volt recoil inside it. This is a GunCon 1. And yeah, so it's got 12-volt recoil inside it with a 5-volt rumble motor inside it. So when you off-screen reload, it'll rumble. When you're shooting on screen, it's banging away. But if you want the real recoil, you either want the Super Jolt, which is what Jade has, or you can spend the money on it. It's $900 a gun, the real Time Crisis top slide 24-volt recoil gun, and that's a bad motherfucker. I love you, Jade. I'm not spending $900 to send you a gun.
Dude, so, you already did more than enough. I mean, like that. So he sends me this stuff to review. He's like, "What do you want me to send you?" I'm gonna send you this, and I'm like, okay. Cool. Because I was just excited to get a product to review and to look at, and he does like a lot of custom stuff, so it's easy to talk to him about how stuff works and streamline it and stuff like that. But anyways, the gun for IR, I was just like amazed. I was like, oh my god, this is like literally you feel like you're using a real arcade. I mean, you are using a real arcade gun, and the sensor system works really well once you get it set up. Uh, but so because of that, then I'm like, well, now I want to like play. I want to like try out driving games. So then it was Black Friday, so there was a steering wheel on sale, and I was like, I bought a steering wheel, and then I find out that there's these dance pads. Which, by the way, I thought you didn't know of any place that made dance pads. I thought we talked about that.
No, I told you the LTech.
Okay, so LTech is the Discord thing you're talking about?
No, LTech's the name of the company.
Yeah, I know that, but you remember you told me you talked to this person in Discord who like makes dance pads.
Oh no, it wasn't Discord. It was Facebook. I'm not on Discord. Well, I am on Discord.
Okay.
I'm only in one Discord
whatever.
though,
Facebook,
but I was
Discord.
it was in a Facebook group, and she made, her name's Ashley. She lives in Texas, and she hand
Texas.
makes Texas. She hand makes DDR dance pads.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I
and
thought that was like the only option that you could find.
it was at the time until I did some more digging, and I
Mm-hmm.
came across the LTechs, but a lot of the LTechs I was clicking on was saying out of stock, out of stock, out of stock. And then I
Oh,
finally fucking found the website, which I'm sure is easy to find, obviously.
yeah.
But when I found the website and I
I did
started
the
scrolling
same
through,
exact thing. It was like on
yeah,
eBay and all these other sites, and I was like, oh,
yeah. And I'm like, when I finally found it, I'm like, oh, okay, this is legit. And then when I clicked on it and like shipping was half the price of the fucking product, I was like, fuck. But you gotta buy it to prototype it. That's what you gotta do.
but you know
So
what? For because they were on there, I think they're still on sale for like 220, and then it's like, how much was it for shipping? Like 80 or 120?
I got the one that it's got the four-way dances. It's
Yeah.
got the four-way
Did you
pad, but
get the rail?
it also has the corners.
Oh, it has the corner ones. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So that one's more expensive for sure.
Yeah, so mine I think has the one that says start on the top left, because my idea was to have the pad control the whole system instead
Mm-hmm.
of putting buttons on the arcade, so that the pad would control the front end, it would start the front end, and then it would start the game, and it would put your coins in if you need coins type shit. That would be my idea. So I don't know if you can do it because I haven't tested it yet, but that's my idea for it. I'm sure I can get it to work like that. But of course, if you're standing on the top version, if you're standing on the up button on the dance pad and you're in the main menu of Big Box, it's just going to scroll.
Yeah, you're definitely gonna need admin buttons.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Because
Um,
I still need a dedicated escape button too.
but they had like arrow buttons and a couple of different kind of buttons on the actual cabinet that you would use to like select game stuff. So that's not totally a foreign thing. And Jim Pacers fan. I almost said Packers. Jim Pacers fan. Joel, how plug and play is the Ridge Racer Drive?
It's 100% plug and play, except for um, you have to manually push the gas pedal for the Switch games.
Hmm.
Those configurations don't carry over for some reason, but otherwise every other system is completely plug and play. So the shifter for the high-low games is set up, but I think on the newest version of the Buy Stuff encoder, which I don't have, there's either the guy either my last login that I did that had one either hooked it up in the incorrect spot, or there's a new firmware to where the Buy Stuff arcade encoder is set up as an Xbox controller. So when it's set as up, it's Xbox controller up. But when this guy pushed up on his shifter, it said D hat up in the configuration and the line. And I'm like, well, that's not supposed to look like that at all, because I dropped in my main configs, which is, I can just copy them right over into it. And then all the configs just change over into the high-low shifter for up and down. And for some reason, it wasn't working. So the guy lost high-low. So you might lose high-low, or you might have to manually go through the main games to set up the high and low shifter on some of them. Otherwise, it's completely plug and play. because I set up my system as an Xbox controller, and since the Buy Stuff Arcade encoder is an Xbox controller, it completely carries over to the two of them and shakes hands.
And that's running like all the arcade games, right?
Yeah, it is. It runs all the MAME games. It runs runs Crazy Taxi for Naomi, 18-wheeler. It runs the Atomus Wave, Faster Than Speed. And then I also have 29 Techno Parrot games on it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have two Switch games. No, I'm sorry. I have three or four Switch games. It's got Blast, Mario Kart 8, um, Crash Team Racing, and something else. It's got 38 PSP games, and then it has the GameCube Racers, and I believe that, and then Triforce. It's got Triforce. That's what it's got. So you got like 5 different versions of Mario Kart. Does not have any D-pad console games, because D-pad console games do not carry over to wheels, because if you turn left, you're going all the way
Right.
left.
There's no center. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So
Um.
it's just basically analog arcade racers are on there.
Oh, that like cool side note, by the way, chat. Um. So I got Fast and Furious Supercars working on my build right now, and we were going back and forth about it for I don't know, like a week, and
Yeah.
trying to figure out how to get it working. I could not figure it out. Um, and it was the problem was is that I was having like these graphical errors. I'm gonna make a video about this, but anyways, Technoparrot when it tries to open it opens it up in like a weird resolution that's like off-putting, so it keeps giving you like a D3D fail thing. And if you open it up windowed, it'll work. So I went into the game menu, and that game will run in 1080p native. So if you just in the actual like game settings menu, you can select screen stretch to 1080p, and Supercars does that. So if you have the arcade 1-up version of the game, it's basically Supercars. That's basically what the arcade 1-up version is. It's Supercars.
It's Drift. I thought it was Drift.
No, it's Supercars. The car roster from Supercars is what pretty much what they used. It's
Really?
yeah, it's so bizarre, dude, because I was like, "Oh, this is like the one that was on Arcade 1-Up's version." The car
Not gonna lie,
roster,
I like that. I like that cab. Well, I
yeah.
mean, I like the gameplay of the
Mhm.
cab is what I mean.
Well,
When the gameplay was
that's
fixed, I
why
liked it.
I'm telling you, you need to get Supercars working, or I'll send you my build. Because it's really fun to play. It's really fun to play, and it looks really good in 1080p, running at 60 FPS. So
I don't have anything to play it on.
what? Where's your
I
steering
don't.
wheel?
It's sitting over there on the ground.
Oh,
I got rid of my racing arcade, and I didn't play it. That's it. I have a Ridge Racer in the garage that
mm-hmm.
I was gonna mod. Well, I did mod,
That's
but
why you need a
I gutted
modular
it.
setup.
What do you mean?
Like you need to make a. I mean, I really think that it would be a successful option if you had it, but engineer a modular setup. So something that you can swap control sets in and out of, kind of like the Polycade has, and then you could like literally just like swap a control set with a steering wheel into it, you know? So like if you're in the mood for racing games, that's like what you're playing for a while. Just put your racing
Well, the
wheel
problem with
control
that
set.
is that
Don't tell me there's problems.
Windows
Just give me solutions.
there is problems with that, because when you see these wheels on an arcade that's attached to like a deck, once they unplug it, when they plug it back in, they're going to have to reconfigure it, because it's going to change the way Windows sees it, and it's going to change the order, kind of like what we were talking you were mentioning earlier, that
But
Windows
if you
keeps
have it
changing your
permanently
inputs.
mapped, it should be good, right? Because like my gun for
No,
IR, I have permanently mapped to COM port 1.
but your gun for IR, I also have you set up with a controller stable file.
Hmm.
So you didn't see me do that. So
Hmm.
the wheel itself, it'll stick with that for MAME, but it'll screw up the other settings for the other systems, and then you're also going to have separate versions of those emulators on there too. Either way, personally, I don't. I mean, I don't play arcades. I don't. I don't play them anymore. I got over them, and I have them in the garage if I want to play them. So the only time you see me playing an arcade is when I'm doing a
Okay,
video for the arcade that I
hold on.
built.
Just let me mute Joe. Okay, go ahead. Keep talking. You're muted now. I'm just kidding. Uh, you said you don't play arcades anymore. How dare you come on here and
No, I
say
mean
that?
I don't have there's zero or the only arcade I have is my pinball arcade right next to me. So, but it's down
Mm,
because I was going to replace the PC inside it. I already took the graphic card of the PC that was in it, and I took the PC out of it, and the PC that I have that I'm going to plug into it is just sitting underneath it, and I haven't done anything with it because I just haven't had the ambition to work on it, and I have everything else behind me that I play. So I'm down here like every day. I'm down here with my kids playing the Switch,
mm-hmm.
or the Nintendo 64. They love playing the 64,
Yeah, that's
and they
cool.
I just they get a kick out of these demo systems. They really
I
do.
my
But
daughter one time, I let her play the NES like when we moved over here, and I got it all hooked up to the CRT, and then she's like, "Can I try it?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And she goes in and starts playing it, and she was playing Mario, and she like pauses the game, and she's like, "How do I get to the menu?" And I'm like, "What do you?" I'm like, "What do you mean the menu?" And I'm like, "Oh my god, you mean like the Switch menu?" She's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "That's not how this works." It was so
that's
funny.
not how this works at
Yeah,
all. Yeah.
yeah.
So I mean, my kids when I had the arcades, they didn't show any interest in it. So they were just down here collecting dust,
Mm,
and I just kind of had them on for background noise and just to leave them on. But my kids never showed any interest in the light gun arcade. They never showed any interest in the multicade that I had. And now I have my multicade PC just in a PC case connected
mm-hmm.
to my 4K TV on the other side of the wall, in my the finished side of the basement, and I use a controller with it. So sometimes my 4-year-old will want to play a game with the controller with me, but she's mainly into the Switch. She likes console gaming. She's not into arcades. I got I got a Killer Instinct in the garage. That's in the garage. I told you that I got the Killer Instinct from Bobby Boo.
Yeah.
My 4-year-old kind of showed interest in it, but she played it for 5 minutes and she was done. So
It's
yeah,
yeah. I mean, I think for me with whatever one ups that I do have left, which is like Star Wars, Dragon's Lair, they're mostly 80s ones, and the
yeah,
big blue, that I did, which is for the loft upstairs. It's easy to move up and down the stairs, but it's a cool piece.
yeah,
um and that's just because I'm like a huge Capcom fan. But the other ones like Star Wars, it's specific, yoke control based game, and it's nice to just kind of have it in somewhat of the format that it was originally in, right? That's how I
right.
look at it. And then I think what else do I have? Tron, that's another one. um,
See, I almost bought Tron. I like Tron. I like that game a lot. I really do.
mm-hmm.
Especially when you have the stick and you have the spinner to play with it.
Exactly.
If it's really
Yeah.
great and it's a lot of fun. I like this of Tron over the original Tron.
Mm-hmm.
This of Tron I get a kick out of that game. It's a lot of fun, really a lot of fun to me. But I just never pulled the trigger on it. I think someday I actually will have that. Um, is he say hate arcades? Is this the wrong YouTube channel? Yeah, fuck arcades, man. And fuck arcade one up. Um, I probably will buy a Tron, even though I just said fuck arcade one up. Someday I'll probably buy a Tron. If I ever see it for like $200-300, I'll probably snag it just to have it. But
You're not gonna
otherwise,
see it for $200. Maybe like 3 or 4 on sale. I
I'm
mean,
wishful thinking, right?
yeah, but it is it
I
is it is a good one. Like,
I
um,
I like Dragon's Lair. I bought that one,
yeah.
and I pre-ordered it. I bought it. I loved the box that it came in. And then when I put it together, it was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
My wife's uncle was here. He actually married us, so he was here when I had it. He lives in Philly, and I put it together, and it was summertime, and we had it outside under my little canopy tent in the backyard on the patio, and we were playing it outside at night. It was a really good time to have it, but it loses its jazz. It was really cool to have on in the background. I like the sound that came out of it and the demo.
Mm-hmm.
The
Mm-hmm.
voice, Dragon's Lair. I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah.
But I lost its jazz. I ended up selling it.
Yeah. See, for me, it's like even if I'm not playing it, like it still holds the nostalgic value to me. And I don't like. I generally like play on, I would say, like my multicade the most. I play like Donkey Kong and Blastroids, but I kind of like turn those on just to like warm them up and get them functioning, if that makes sense, because like they need
Right.
to, they're old. Um, but it's more of like the nostalgia thing. I mean, like nobody else makes a smaller size arcade system like that looks like the original. It's obviously not perfect,
Right.
but it looks like the original. And so
Well,
it's
wait, I do.
well, okay, but the Dragon's Lair, Tron, Star Wars, those are like probably the top three to me that are like, you know, they're
Yeah,
80s ones.
100%.
They're super cool. There's something unique about them. I mean, like for with Dragon's Lair, the cool thing is the scoreboard. I don't care how like stupid
Yeah.
that sounds. The scoreboard,
No, that's cool.
yeah, the scoreboard being on there, and then the versions that they're running of the game, I think it's great. But anyways,
Well, the whole reason why I bought the Dragon's Lair was because of the controls. Emulating that on Daphne, setting up the controls on Daphne is a pain in the ass. So usually I have to use Joy to Key in order to emulate the controls on Daphne, and
mm-hmm,
then half the time I don't know what button's doing what because I don't know what button I'm supposed to hit because I don't really know the games that well. So I'm like, I like Space Ace. I love Space Ace. I love Space Ace on the Panasonic 3DO. It was because that's the first time I ever played that game, and I didn't even know it was an arcade game until like a few years later. Um, but I bought Dragon's Lair specifically for the controls because I liked the game, but I wanted to have the proper controls for it and the proper buttons layout.
mm-hmm.
And then when I got it, I was very satisfied with it. I don't care about sound glitching. I don't care about a delay or whatever the fuck people were complaining about with that
Yeah,
game.
I did not.
I
Yeah,
yeah, I enjoyed the game. I didn't think there was an input lag, and the way that the input, if there was, the input lag that would have been on it, it felt like I was still playing the game correctly. Like it was just the way that it was supposed to be. It didn't change anything for me.
right. That's
Tron, Star Wars, Star Wars is the best one up that they have ever made, hands down. And that came out back what 2020. Dude, that control is the best controller that they ever put out for stock.
the Star Wars controller. Yeah, it's really
Yeah,
good.
the yoke.
Yeah, it's really good. But those are all to me like special ones. I mean, Dragon's Lair, the design, the way the controls are set up, the scoreboard, that's a big thing to me. Um,
Yeah,
yeah, you can play it on Daphne, but it's not the same. Having the actual physical layout in front of you is different. And for me, it's like part of the game room. So I like having a space that's just the game room. But
yeah,
it's been like my long term like journey with that has been just refining it down to things, and like the multicade element I think is crucial because you can get sucked into the three-quarter scale thing, and then you're just buying like the same garbage over and over again. And
right,
they've made a few good ones that like I liked or that were available for a decent price, but overall it's like it's too much. Like I would rather have a few full size arcade cabs because I mean I can fit them. They're kind of inconvenient. Full size arcade cabs they were made for arcades straight up. Like
right.
they're
They
not
were made
meant.
for homes.
Yeah, they're not meant to be in homes. But it's cool for me to have a few of them. And then the one ups that I do have, they're easy to move around, but they hold that same design. And then the multicades, which has been the other big thing, is obviously the capability to like play almost anything on there. And I mean now it's like I can play gun games, I can play driving games. I got that dance pad, so that's cool.
Right.
Like my legs are sore from playing that freaking thing. So I'm like, good. Now I can get my ass back into shape a little bit.
I think the multicade is worth the money no matter what, and I'm not just saying that because of my business. I think because you really only need, like you were just talking about, you can get sucked into that three-quarter scale and buy a ton of them, but at the same time, you're just repeatedly buying the same garbage over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
When you can build a multicade or buy a multicade from somebody, and you can buy a two-player or a four-player multicade and have everything inside it running better with better controls and a better screen and better sound,
Well,
and then
you know
you
what it
can
is
dedicate
though.
it to each one because you. Well, before you go ahead. What is it?
No, I was just gonna say like the one thing that I hear people say all the time is like the licensing shit that goes along with it. Like they want the licensed artwork, they want the look of the cab.
You can make the cab look like whatever you want when you get a custom cab.
Right.
And the artwork, you can make it look exactly like it is, whether it's licensed or not. It's on Google, and you can pull the images off of Google and make it. You
Yeah.
can. That's what's out there. But when it comes to, I mean, think about this: if you spend the money on a multicade for everything that the one up has, right? So you buy a 4-player multicade machine with thousands of games inside it that you can play 4 players and 2 players with, and Xbox controllers. Then, right? Then you get a dedicated light gun arcade, and you have over 200 light guns on it, or you
Mhm.
go retro and you have 130 light gun games on it,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Then you buy a racing arcade,
Right.
okay, and you got a multi-racing arcade
Yep.
with at least 200 racing games on it, right? Or maybe even more, depending on how you do your system, because you can get an Xbox wheel and use it on a PC, and then you can turn on Game Pass and you can use that same goddamn wheel on Game Pass and play newer games with it too.
Yep.
And then and then you get yourself a virtual pinball, and then you got hundreds of virtual pinball games
Yeah.
at your
Pretty
disposal,
much you've got everything.
and the FX3 and the same exact FX3 games that
Mhm.
are on those systems you can buy on your virtual pinball and play it on your virtual pinball. So you really only need 4 multicades,
Right.
and if you spend the money on the multicades, it's going to come out to the same amount of money that you're going to end up spending over the couple years times of collecting those 3/4 scale arcades,
Mhm.
especially if they're priced at 750 each. If you just bought 3 or 4 of those arcades at 750 each, let's just say they're 700, 699, right? So what's 699? What's 700 times 3? 700 times 3 is
21.
$2,100
Yeah.
on 3 of them, right? You could have spent an extra 200 or maybe even less, depending on who you buy from. And if you wanted a 2-player from me, I can build you a 2-player retro one for 1,400 bucks, and it's going to cost you $500-$600 to ship it. You just spend the same amount of money that you would have spent on 3 of those arcades on one single multicade, and you have all the same exact games on there, if not more. So the multicade is really convenient, and really where people should be going when it comes to their home arcades or their home game rooms. And then it's going to leave you have more stuff.
Well, yeah. I mean, like, yeah. It. I kind of agree. I mean,
Yeah, you
my
can you can disagree. Don't worry.
well, no, it's not that I disagree. It's just that I'm thinking like there's the element of like I was saying like there's certain ones that like I just want because they're cool. Like
Right.
they have like the control set or whatever it is, like some special thing about them. Um, but I think like the last one that was kind of like a repeat that I bought was the SF2 CE because it was $400, which is like a sweet spot price for something like that. I think 350, 400,
Yeah.
and I wanted to see what the build was like if it was better, and it was. But I mean, the reality of it for me is you're gonna run out of space eventually, dude. And the thing is, I keep hearing people talking about like XLs and stuff. You're gonna run out of space quicker, and you're gonna pay more. Like, so I don't understand, because the whole thing that people were arguing about in the beginning was, well, I don't want to buy full size arcades because they take up too much space. Well,
Right.
if you're buying XLs and you want to get rid of your 3/4 scale, like they're going to be taking up a lot more space. So I don't get it. Like it's such a back and forth thing. But again, whatever, like do what you will, teach their own. But for me, where I've gone like along this whole time, like what it's come down to for me is there's a couple special ones I need to own, like Donkey Kong, gotta have that. Um, and then the few arcade one ups that I have, and then a multicade. A really good multicade is a great investment for anybody who loves playing the games. If you love playing the games, just get a really good multicade.
Yeah.
Um, and
Or I mean, sometimes you don't. If you want to have that arcade aspect of it, you can always buy a control panel and plug it into your TV. I got a new product coming out.
mm-hmm.
I take my Batasera build, my Batasera 256. I have it in a portable control panel that you can take it anywhere, plug it into any TV, any size, any resolution, and it's like unready, and it's gonna play just like you played it at your house. And it's just a control panel with the build built inside it. Same shit. And
Yeah.
it costs the same amount as a. It's gonna cost around the same amount as a Time Crisis Arcade One Up.
Well,
and you can play the Time Crisis games on it too with things
pedestal,
like that.
like the
Pedestal,
pedestal.
yeah,
Yeah, pedestal setup is a really good way to go because
it is.
it's easy to move and you have the freedom to pick whatever screen size you want. It doesn't have to be attached, directly to the pedestal. And so there's just all those options to it. But plus, you still get the arcade feel with the pedestal because there was pedestal arcades. The
Yeah,
HS, what was it? Like, God, something arbitrary, like 7 or 8.
the Ultimate
HS9,
more.
I think it was an HS9. Remember like the pedestal arcade that MVC2 was in?
No, but I remember the one that the Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 was in. So I know I'm on the same page as you.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
But so that is to me like another thing, like, okay, if it's a pedestal arcade, like that's a really easy way to get the feeling of, you know, this is an arcade machine. So
right.
yeah.
Yeah, no, totally agree with you on all that. But I mean, there's many options out there. There is what it is, Um, and that's it. There's just many options out there
Uh,
for
wait.
whatever you want.
Uh, Hold on, Biggie. I pulled your comment up here so I wouldn't forget because you said I got one yesterday at Walmart. Looking forward to Mystery Encoder Soft Mod. What is the Mystery Encoder Soft Mod for? What?
First of all, fuck Mystery Encoder, and second of all, fuck his soft
Hey,
mods.
hey, 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 hey,
Um,
hey.
so
Mystery
Mystery
Encoders.
Encoder, Mystery Encoder. I mean, his soft mod. He's been coming out with this for like over a year. He soft mods the arcade one up PCB so that you can sideload games inside it. And in the same amount of time that it takes you to soft mod one of those arcade one ups, you can just do a mod on it, like an actual mod.
Yeah,
So
but why
it's
would you
and it's
buy an
limited.
arcade one up to mod it? That's what I don't
That's what
understand.
because that was the thing to do back in 2020 and 2019.
In
They were because
2019, yeah.
yeah, and the fad never left. So now the new thing to do is these bullshit soft mods.
But
And
there wasn't like all these options back then. Like there wasn't all these companies like yours that are making, options for build kits and like that make it easy for you to build your own
there
arcade,
was
even 3/4 scale. Um,
There was. It was kind of limited on who it was and who you could trust, but there was. I mean, that's how I became an up and comer in the game for arcades. Is I started off by modding the arcade one ups, and then I started selling my builds as a DIY kit
right.
for a while.
But I'm just
Uh,
saying
um,
it wasn't as like prevalent is what I mean.
it was huge. It was huge back then,
No, no,
man.
no, no,
I mean,
no,
it was.
no.
It's.
I'm
I
talking
think it's.
about like people making their own kits and selling them. Like before Arcade
Oh,
One
oh,
Up
right,
crap came out,
right.
like people weren't really
Yeah,
looking into it as much because I know like that's kind of what brought. I already owned a multicade that I had built with my friend years ago, right? But so when I first saw the Arcade One Ups, that was very appealing, but it opened that whole rabbit hole back up, and then come to find out people start doing stuff like you're doing.
right. So you're right. There wasn't a lot of people that were doing kits or selling kits publicly like that. There is a lot more now than there was then. I mean, but that's because of the way that the hobby grew and
Right,
the
right,
commercialization for it grew with it.
right.
So now everybody wants to get into the home arcade game because it's hot. It's got to be hot for a while. It kind of hasn't fallen down, and so now everybody and their mother is trying to sell something in the arcade community and do mods in the arcade community and things like that. But buying arcade one ups in 2020, we were paying $300 or 400 $300 to $400 for an arcade one up, and we were able to mod it with a Raspberry Pi for like 200-300 bucks.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a lot cheaper to do it back then. So if you bought Street Fighter 2 Gen
Right.
1, for $300 back then, or was
Yeah, or
it
200.
199? I don't remember what
Yeah,
it was.
yeah.
200, yeah, and
Well,
then it
it
was
was
and then
300, but
50.
you could get them for 200 easily.
Right, and then so let's just say that they were 200, and then it was another $50 for the riser, right? You dump another two
Oh
hundred
yeah, that's
dollars for the
right. Yeah.
right, so you're at 250. You dump another $200 into it of parts, and you're still under $500, and you just got yourself a small little multicade.
Mm-hmm.
I did that with an Asteroids. That's how I started out. I got an Asteroids for $75, and I modded it with a Pi 3, and I just kept going with friends.
Right.
Or then the NBA Jam and the Turtles. The original Turtles and the
Yeah,
NBA Jams were $3.99,
I had an original
and
Turtles.
all right, I did too. I liked that arcade. It was a good one.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and then that one you had to dump $250, $300 because the 4-player kit is $80, and then after tax it was like 95. So
Mm-hmm.
it was almost $100 for the 4-player kit part. And then the Raspberry Pi, and then all the other shit you got to put into it. You were at like 250 just to mod that one. So but again, you're paying 450 plus 250. You're $700 into it. If you want to change the graphics on it, you can get graphics from arcadegraphics.com back then for like 250, 225. You're right around $1,000.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
but you got yourself a multicade and you
Yeah,
got graphics on it and
yeah.
everything. Now you got to spend $600 on an arcade one up. You're spending another $250 to $300 because of the
But
inflation
the
in
the
prices.
software isn't as garbage as it was back then. Like, I mean, like the first Street Fighter release, like that software was garbage. I mean, you didn't even get stereo sound with it.
Oh, zero cool. I'm allowed to have an opinion. Stop. Here's my issue with Mystery Encoder. Okay, I know him personally. I know who Mystery Encoder is. I've talked to him privately many times. We argue constantly because he thinks he's know what he's talking about all the time. I think I know what I'm talking about all the time. When I correct him and let him know that he's not correct on something, he refuses and continues to condescend privately, not publicly. Okay, and him and I have gotten
Condescend.
into, yeah, he could be very condescending, but so can I. I have gotten into him with a public argument in Discord where I'm sure a few people in this chat have seen that argument too. So I don't get along with the guy. All right, I don't. We don't get along. Period. So he did a. Here's where I lost a little respect for the guy. He did when the House of the Dead remake came out. He modded it so that we can play light guns on it. And his patch broke because an update came out and somehow the game automatically updates still. So the patch got broken. So when I messaged him and I was like, hey man, your House of the Dead patch isn't working anymore. Is there any way you can take a look at it and see maybe if you can fix the patch or whatnot, or if there's anything you can do to maybe get your software going again? He was like, no, I don't give a shit. Those were his exact words. And I'm like, okay, like I can't get this working anymore for anybody, but you don't give a shit and it's your patch. So okay, man, fuck you then.
Okay, mystery story over.
Yeah.
We're good. Okay.
But so I'm allowed to have an opinion on the guy because this guy's telling me in here to grow up. You don't like what I have to say? Don't listen to me then. That's my opinion. I don't care. Sorry.
Well, I mean, I can't say you're not honest about your feelings.
No.
Um. Okay, so oh shiznit, it's 8:22. Oh my god. All right, well we got to do this giveaway. Um, but but uh, I did want to like hit on the back end of that the whole arcade thing, which is yeah. I mean, I don't. It doesn't make sense to me to buy a one up now to mod them when there's so many things available that you can do for the same price and that look better and are better and will play better. You know what I mean? Like, so I think that like the whole, um, it's basically, I just think it's a waste of money that you could spend your money on like a much better way to play arcade games, basically.
Right.
Um, I don't like any of the stuff that is like console games. I know some people don't care about that. For me personally, like I don't want console games on an arcade machine. I want arcade games on an arcade machine. So there's like that end of like the preference too, I guess. But yeah, I mean overall, it just doesn't make sense unless there's like a special reason to buy it. Like there, it doesn't make sense to spend $600 on one arcade one up and then be like, I'm buying this to mod it. It doesn't make sense to me, at least in my brain. But I mean, my
Right.
brain's kind of like a
Right.
tornado of
So
shit. So
if you're gonna put, I'm one of those guys though. If you're gonna put console games on an arcade, because I do that myself, but if you put console games on an arcade, you got to have a controller with it, because console games, except for Nintendo, console games play like shit on arcade sticks. You know, there's people out there that try to play Nintendo 64 games on arcade sticks, and it's just like, dude, you can't. So totally, you can't. So It's just that's just the way that you got to do it. You got to do it with controllers or don't do it at all, one or
Okay.
the other.
Okay. Are you like, you keep calling, like, are you saying council, like, on, are you like messing
Console,
with me?
console,
Con-
console,
console.
console,
Yeah, console.
console games. What am I saying it weird?
Well,
What I
it
sound
sounds
like
like you're
I'm from
saying
Wisconsin or something?
council
That's probably
games.
it's probably I probably am saying console. I am saying console games because that's just the way that I
It's like
guess it's just the way I talk,
my
man.
sister says orange really weird. She says orange.
Well, a lot of people say
Or
aunt. I say aunt.
orange. I say console games.
Consoles.
Console system. Okay. TurboGrafx 16 needs the controller, period. Yes, it does. All right. So arcade's kind of out of the way. Are we ready to do the giveaway? Like, should we do that now?
Yeah, let's do your giveaway. Arcades are out of the way. Talking
Okay.
shit's out of the way too. Says being
you got
brutally honest, it's out of the way.
you got a
For the
vent.
record too, for the record too, for people out there, okay, great. He does this stuff for free. I have free Batacera builds on Arcade Punks. So I mean, is he a white knight? No. Am I a white knight? No. Let's see your giveaway.
Okay. Yes, sir. Um, let me see if I can move this over. Oh, wait, are we covering like the actual thing there? Oh god, no. Oh no, 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 wait, did that do something?
What'd you do?
I don't know. I don't know what I did.
You got the names in there because you don't want a certain somebody calling you out for not having the names in there in
Oh
the
no,
regular.
I have the names in there. I came on prepared aside from the audio issues.
Careful, we don't want somebody filing a small claims lawsuit.
Oh, for the love of God, dude. Um okay, so yeah, so these are all the names I have. I'm just gonna like scroll through so you guys can see. Boom, because you can just pause it later if you need to. But those are all the names that I found. I double checked the list twice. All right. So the first one we're gonna do is, which one should we? You pick. Which one should we give away first?
Um, do the Tato first and save the
Ooh, I
best one
read your
for
mind.
last.
I read your
Because
mind.
the Capcom's the best one. So I think, in my opinion, the Capcom sounds like the best one. So I
I
think save the best for last.
You know what? I'm really curious though. Like, just because you got one branded, like, I wonder if they're gonna have like cartridges or some way to like side load, other games on there. Like, it just comes with those licensed games for that model or whatever. Like, I wonder.
Or they or they put out like an update or something like that. Kind of like what is it? What is that handheld that does Duke Nukem? Is that the Evercade? Is
Yeah, the
that what that's
Evercade.
called?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Evercade.
wonder if it's curious if they're gonna. Oh, excuse me. If they're gonna come out with something like that. Yeah, that's a good question.
I have like
Or if
almost 50 names in here. And
that's
there's
great.
35 people watching. Okay, I'm gonna give people like a
Oh wait,
couple
you
more
got
minutes. Oh yeah, I'll wait until 8:30. At 8:30, we're spinning the wheel for the Taito, right?
the
Taito.
Tato. Yeah, Tato.
Taito.
Tato.
I thought it was Taito.
I don't know. It probably is Tato, but I'm from New York, so we say Tato.
Right. Like you guys say councils too, right?
Right. Right. Exactly. Councils.
Council.
Councils.
Um,
Tacos. What are you eating there? Taco.
taco. Pink American
Taco.
fish taco. Um,
Did you watch the Game Awards?
no, dude, but I did look at the things you tagged me in. Obviously, Sega's stuff looks really cool.
Yeah.
I think that is cool. Like modern remakes of games like those, very cool. So I'm excited for those.
I don't think they're remakes. I think they're new. Like Crazy Taxi looked like you can drive a police car. Golden Axe was almost like
Oh,
a
right, right,
3D
right. Yeah,
game.
they're like modern reinventions of those games.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, that's what you mean.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
got
yeah.
you. Yeah. Yeah.
JJ, so I had a community post and you had to leave a comment in the community post with your favorite game in there. So, what is it? 829. If you go do it right now, I'll stick your name. I'll throw your name in here. Why not? Because you're.
Oh, just I'm gonna peer pressure you right now. Put his name in there.
Yeah, he's a member.
He's a member?
Yeah, he's.
You ever watch South Park?
Oh, yeah, I watched South Park. I haven't watched like
Member?
any of like the super new ones though.
Oh, come on. They're still good though.
I was looking for the hash. Let's see. Okay, all right, here we go. Okay, so we are spinning for the Taito. This is for the Taito. All right. And we're going to do, so again, if you're not in here to claim it, I'm just disclaiming because it also says this in the giveaway description. You have to be here to claim your prize. So if nobody's here, we'll give you a little bit to show up and then we'll respin. So, oh, Ezekiel says the Evercade carts work on these. Ooh, that's cool.
Ooh.
That's snazzy. Very cool. So I hadn't even it was, well, I'll talk about it after we spin. Okay, I'm gonna spin.
Okay.
Ready? 1,
Go.
2, 3, boom. Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be?
Vader Gamer?
Oh my god, my loyal subject. Vader, if you're not in here right now, consider yourself choked.
He's getting force choked.
Yeah, force choked. Well, we'll wait. We'll give him a minute, see if he shows up, and hopefully he does. If not, then we'll have to spin again. So, but this is for the Taito. Taito and Vader has won. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. Spin the wheel again, Vanna. Da-na-da-na. Wait, is that Wheel of Fortune? Da-na-na-na-na. Yeah, that's Wheel of Fortune.
Oh, that's Price is Right.
No.
That was Price is Right.
Nuh-uh. Dude, oh, I went to the Price is Right one time.
Did you?
Yeah, I didn't get picked though.
Oh.
I wasn't like, yeah.
I was gonna say, yo, I need to see that episode.
It wasn't a good time for me. I didn't have like big boobs that could like bounce everywhere when I run up there, you know, like screaming. The boobs.
Okay,
like,
and I'm sexist.
flopping
So you
everywhere.
have to have big boobs to have a good time. Is that how that works?
Apparently
So you're
on
saying
TV.
if I went there and I didn't have, so you're saying if I went there and I didn't have big titties, I wouldn't have a good time?
Well, I mean, not as good
But
as
my
a time.
wife would?
No, not as good as a time. Yeah, not as good as a time as if you did have big titties.
I mean,
titties.
I mean,
like
it is what it is.
TIDDIES.
Hey, you paid for them, so you got what you paid for, right?
Oh, Vader, where are you? Oh my God, I'm so sad right now that he's not here because he's always leaving like really good comments on my stuff. Okay,
I haven't seen him comment online actually.
Yeah, I haven't either. I don't think. Let me see. Where are we at? Okay. At 8:33, I'm gonna spin again. Dude.
And this is gonna be still for the Tato because Vader didn't show up.
Yeah, this is for Taito.
Well, if he didn't show up, then he
Okay, 8:33. Sorry, dude. All right. Here we go. Oh wait, do I have to remove his thing? Huh? Does it remove it automatically?
I think you have to click to remove it, or
No, it did remove it. It's not there anymore. Okay. I'm just like looking at the wheel real quick to make sure. All right. Spinning, 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 spinning. Nerd Lounge Master 84.
Oh, that's Todd. That's Todd.
Todd.
Shit, Toxin, if you're watching, tell Todd to jump in here.
Todd.
Hang on.
He's not
Todd?
my father, Janelle.
Where is he?
Where's that? Where's
Todd,
that
where
from?
are you?
Chat. Where's that from? He's not my father, Janelle.
Dang it. Are we not friends on Facebook? I thought we were Facebook friends. Did he unfriend me? Did I post something controversial that he didn't like?
It's possible.
Or am I thinking that is that they got the wrong name? I probably got his fucking name mixed up because I'm an asshole like that.
AWOL. Not here. No Winnie.
Nope, his name isn't Todd. What the fuck? I'm such an asshole.
Really?
Hang on.
Nobody knows what movies that's from?
I'm not paying attention. What
He's
did you
not
say
my
again?
father, Janelle.
No, I don't know what movie that's from.
Wait, is her name Janelle? Now I can't remember if that's even the right thing.
Fucking
Terminator
Discord.
2. John, go clean your room, you piece of crap.
Oh, okay. Totally wasn't thinking of that. What the fuck, dude? The Discord update? 'Cause I'm getting all these things. It's been a hot minute. Where's my messages?
Toxin
Nerd.
says it is Todd. He
Toxin
says it
says
is
what?
Todd. Yeah, T2. He says it is Todd.
It is Todd, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Janelle. See, I knew my memory served me right. Come on, Todd. Nerd Lounge Master. There's another one. There's like, oh, it's Nerd Lounge Master, and then there's like Nerd Loft Gaming.
Yeah, they're both in the same Discord too. I actually confused the two of them once.
Mm-hmm.
I was responding to Nerd Loft, and I thought that it was Todd as Nerd Lounge, and I called him Todd, and he was like, "I'm not Todd." I'm like, oh, "My bad." Oh, come on, fucking respond to me, man. Why isn't he? I thought he was on my fucking Facebook friends, but I guess not. I'm a little disappointed about that, and I'm gonna have to find him and add him.
I have a Facebook. Oh, will you look and see if you can find, like, do you see my Facebook account? Can you just look it up and see if it's there?
Is it Sheilane?
Yeah.
Sheilane Gaming. Hang on. People? Is it with you with blonde hair looking like you're with like a cartoon?
No, I think I have blue hair.
Hang on. Maybe it is blue, but maybe my.
Oh, yeah. That's it. Yep, that is
my
it.
light's shining
Yeah,
on
it's
it,
there.
and I can't.
I keep getting notifications.
The last time you did something was April 19th, 2022. Me puts, I will never check DMs on Facebook in feed. DMs the next day, 9,000 plus. All right, P to your DMs.
Dude, yeah. No, it's bad on Facebook. I mean, I get spammed. Okay, thank you for the super chat. Let me pull this up before we spin the wheel again. To take a look at it, which will give Tad some more time.
Right. Oh, come on. Where's, dude, Discord totally.
Where is this freaking chat at, man? Oh, there it is. All right. Thank you for that. Much appreciated. Super chats, very appreciative of that. What do you think of the buy more mods? Buy store? It's buy stuff, isn't it?
Buy stuff, yeah.
Okay, buy stuff mod.
Worth it.
Thinking about doing the Star Wars one.
Worth it. Love those guys.
What does that entail?
The buy stuff Star Wars mod?
Yeah.
It's actually running an Android box. So it's basically their racing build put into a yoke. With flying games.
Yeah, right. Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
I remember now.
So it's good. It's good. Anything Buy Stuff puts out is not a disappointment. And they actually put live pre-orders up for their Fast and Furious mod. They finally were able to mod it. So their encoder is going to work with the shifter. So you're going to have a 4-way shifter now.
Nice.
To be able to mod the 4-way shifter into a new build using their encoder. I might actually have to buy a Fast and Furious cab again so that I can take those controls and transfer them over to my PC.
You better buy it now. Well, it's on sale.
unless they get their hands on a deck, because they have a bunch of Ridge Racer decks, and if they get their hands on a Fast and Furious deck, I'll just buy the deck.
Oh
And
yeah.
then, you know what I mean? So instead of
Yeah.
having to buy the cab, I think that Fast and Furious cab is what, $400 right now? I think it's on sale.
It was on sale, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Come on. He's not, I don't
okay,
think he's looking
we're
at
gonna
anything.
spin again because I don't think Todd's gonna show up.
Damn. We
Probably
tried. Toxin
he's
even
probably
tried.
making John clean his room.
Making Sean clean this room. Who the fuck is John?
John Connor, dude, come on.
Oh, John Connor.
Yeah.
What the fuck, man? I see. I look at my phone and I completely lose fucking thought of what we're doing. I can't multitask.
Okay, all right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, spin. This is for the Taito.
Even Chaotic's in here. I don't think Chaotic is watching right now.
Ooh, Kurt. Where are you at, dude? He's always in my lives. Don't tell me this is the one that you're not in.
The one night two of your biggest fans aren't watching you?
I did put that in the description, right? Like now I have to like go back and look. I said you have to be here to claim your prize.
I'll take a look.
I'm looking.
Is that on your community post?
Yeah. Let's see. I've got it right here. Blah blah. If you are not present during the live stream to claim your prize, I will draw another name. Man. All right.
It says read. Yep, says it right here. Eligibility rules.
Okay.
Must be a channel subscriber.
We'll give him a couple minutes. Maybe he's here. Tortree. I think his name is Kurt. His first name is Kurt. Or something. At least that's like his screen name thing.
You got 40 people in the chat.
I know. And how is it that 3 of the names that I've called are not here?
This happened to me, Vic, and Ray.
Your guys' last giveaway, I saw that.
Right. And then we had to completely change the giveaway and just do the StreamYard stream for people that were in the chat with a hashtag, because I think we spun it 5 times. All 5 of those guys weren't in there. And I knew who the one guy was. And I'm like, everybody message the guy right now and tell him to get in the stream. Just click OK. That's all you had to do. And he, yeah.
Okay, if you are not entered in the giveaway right now, go ahead and just throw up. I'm going to do this real quick, like this is the only opportunity. If you're not entered in it right now, just go ahead and throw up hashtag giveaway and I'll add your name to the list. While we're waiting to see if Kurt shows up. My back is so sore. Oh my God. Oh, geez, that's a lot. Okay. Oh God, that's way more people than I thought.
Would you get a bunch of people? This is why you got to do the giveaway. Holy shit.
Biggie, you're already in it. If you're
Chaotic,
not entered, if you're not entered, then you don't need to put giveaway. If you're not entered, you don't need to put it.
Yeah, anybody in the chat that's not already on the name on the list, do hashtag giveaway starting right now.
Yeah,
if you're already
JJ,
in it, don't
good.
do it. If you're already in it, don't do it. Goofy Foot, he's in here.
Yeah, he's already on the list.
He's a great guy.
Okay, well, I guess we're gonna remove.
Shit, dude, 2 of your biggest fans, man.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Okay.
Chaotic, you're on the list. So hang on, you got to do.
For the love of God.
I'll count it out. You got to do.
Wait, how am I gonna transfer all these over? Am I just gonna have to?
You have to type in the name.
Okay.
Yeah. So hang on, you got to do Angelo P.
Are we starting from the top?
Yeah, I'm starting from the top. So you got to do Angelo P.
Thank you.
Let me know when you're ready for the next.
Okay, hold on. Thank you for the super chat.
Connell, he's
appreciated.
You gotta do Connell next. Got another super chat? Oh yeah.
Wait. I'm slow. Okay.
This is why you gotta start using StreamYard too, because if you just did hashtag giveaway, StreamYard would pick this up and then you don't even got to enter the names. You just click it and it does it.
I don't want to use StreamYard. Okay, I'm old.
I want to use StreamYard.
What? Okay, what's the first name?
That's you. Angelo P was the first one.
Okay. Next.
Connell, Konel01.
Okay.
Jeff Wadley. Wadley spelled Wadleigh.
Like Jeff,
Shout
like
out to him. He's a customer.
Jeff.
EY, yeah.
Okay. I just go ahead. Next.
Then next one is Big Tommy V, baby. Tommy V. Tommy, capital V,
Okay.
period. Then we have Jim Pacers fan. Pacer, Pacers.
Okay.
Toxin. He's not in it yet, so Toxin's got to jump in. Toxcyn. Next one is Crownless King. That's a fun name.
Crownless King.
Yeah, Crownless King.
All right, 8:45.
That's a good name.
Cut off. Time is cut off.
Next one is
No
How
more
to
entries.
Batch.
Next one is
Oh,
what?
boy, you got one more. You got one more. You got two more. That's it.
No. I mean,
you got How to Bachelor.
no, like if you're putting it in past this point, like.
Oh yeah, no.
So
yeah,
everybody who's up to, who is it? Stringer. Yeah, Stringer is the last one.
Stringer. Oh yeah, Stringer. Got it.
Thanks for the super chat.
So next one is How to Bachelor.
Okay.
Chaotic. You're already in it. Stop typing hashtag giveaway. And then Real Moflo. I want to say Mofo, but it's Moflo.
Oh.
Moflo.
Okay. Next.
And then Stringer Films.
That's all of them?
That's it.
Oh, okay. Wait, is Chaotic in there?
Chaotic's in there. His name.
Oh,
I see
yeah,
his name.
he's already in there.
Chaotic's in there.
He must have commented.
Oh wait. Hang on. We missed one. Retro Labrat.
Retro Labrat.
Yeah. And then is Adam Kolb on the list already?
No.
Yeah, Adam Kolb, Kalb.
Hold on,
and
wait,
Adam,
what was the... Wasn't there a super chat?
Yeah, the super chat was Stringer.
No, there was another one.
There was another one?
Yeah.
The next, Ryan Garber, but I think you already got him on the list.
Okay, let me just double check real quick.
Oh. Yeah, that should be everybody. What, do you got Terry Mobley on there? Mobley?
Uh-oh, now I'm confused. Hold on,
This is
wait,
why you guys use StreamYard.
Ryan? I don't see him on there. Do you see?
I didn't see his name, no. So make sure then throw his name on there.
Okay, I just want to make sure nobody has like double entries. Okay, what's the other one? Ryan
Garber, and then shit, we might have missed a couple of them here. Hang on. Ryan Garber, you got Real Moflo, Jim Pacers fan, we already got. Terry Mobley, Mobley. We didn't skip you, Ryan. We got you on there now.
Let me see. Okay, let me just make sure Terry wasn't on there already. No. All right, I just want to make sure nobody has double entries because
the one last one, very last one, and I'm because I've been double checking the list, so this is the very last one. Raul, Raul, Carranza, Carranza. You're not even typing.
I'm just double checking the list.
Gotcha.
Raul Carranza. Okay.
Yeah.
So spell it again, please.
Raul.
Mm-hmm.
Last name Carranza.
Okay.
He's also a principal. Great guy.
A principal, like of a school?
Yeah, great guy. Absolutely great guy. Probably one of the nicest guys I've ever talked to as a customer. Really nice guy.
Oh, he's one of yours.
Yeah, but I mean, nobody knew I was on your show tonight because we didn't advertise that I was on. So yeah, he's just a
Coolio.
great guy.
Coolio.
Yeah.
Who? Okay, Stringer. Are you messing with me right now?
No, you're on there. You're good.
No, he said, who's Retro Randy? Or wait, what about Retro Randy? Sorry. Who I'm saying who is Retro Randy?
Yeah, I don't
He
see
said,
anybody named
okay,
Retro
yes.
Randy
All
in
right,
here.
good. I'm going to spin it. Okay, here we
All
go.
right.
1, 2, 3. This is for the Taito.
Somebody in the chat win. Somebody in the
First to
chat
the
win.
egg.
Fingers crossed.
Oh.
Somebody in the chat win.
Joni Fast. Oh my God. Are you in here?
We just did all that work.
Please be in here.
I haven't seen her comment all night either, or him comment all night either. Joni loves Chachi.
Oh my God, I forgot about that. That's funny.
Every time I hear Joni, I just think of fucking dodgeball.
Mm-hmm. That's good. Joni. All right, Joni's got
1 minute.
until 8:50. 8:50. You've got until 8:50.
We've been doing this for 20 minutes.
Our list literally. This is like exactly what happened on your show, dude.
It is, yeah. All right, it's 8:50.
It's the claiming thing. All right, here we go. For the Taito. Ba-na-na-na-na. Ba-na-na-na-na-na. Red Face Gaming.
I bet he's not in here either.
Red Face Gaming.
You got 1 minute. 8:51.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Don't congratulate him yet.
Everybody's like losing their mind. They're like, let's go.
I know,
might
right?
win. Ah. Dude, it was hilarious when I won that Batto drive on your guys' show.
It was. It's 11:51. Spin it
was
again.
Like the first one. Like that's ridiculous. Okay, 1, 2, 3 for the Taito. Boom.
Well, in all fairness, there was only like 10 people that entered that one anyway. So, I mean, you had a pretty good chance of winning.
Chris.
At $5, he's not in here either.
Chris Grossnickel.
You got 1 minute.
1479.
11:52 or
Maybe
8:52.
1974.
We're just eliminating all the names right now of the people that aren't in the chat.
But how is it that, what do we have, 43 people in here? And literally none of the names we've called.
Because you know what happens is fucking people go scrolling through and then they'll just comment on your shit to enter it without even knowing or reading. People don't read. People don't read.
Yeah, I guess that is true. Dude, that reminds me. I mean, like, that's a perfect example. I was scrolling through shorts today, and there was one where, dude, this chick got, like, ran over or hit or something, and it was like the lot lizard got run over or something. It was like messed up, dude. But this chick was like laying on the ground. Her foot was like broken, and her like butt was like half like rubbed off. And then people were like laughing and saying like all this other stuff. And some guy was like, y'all are like, there's no humanity left in people. And they're like, first of all, you don't even know, like, whatever the title says in description, like, it's not even relevant because you don't know if it's true or not. Like, you're just assuming it is based on the fact that you're seeing it there.
Right.
Which is so true about, like, literally everything on the internet. Like, anyways, 1, 2, 3, spin for the title. Boom.
Hit it. Are we going to do the same? Is this going to happen the same thing with the Street Fighter? Or the Capcom, I mean? Who's it going? Gunsmith? He's not in here.
Gunsmith X. What are the rules? Well, you have to live in the United States or Canada. You have to be a channel subscriber.
You got to be watching.
And you have to be present in order to claim your prize.
Right.
Gunsmith. Come on. You got 1 minute. 1 minute.
8:54 or East Coast time, 11:54. Come on, I want to play some fucking Spider-Man, man. Let's go.
Spider-Man. Hey, speaking of which, though, okay, look, I might need you to help me with one final login.
Oh, on your shit
Yeah.
on light gun or on racing.
Mm, maybe all of it. I don't know.
Okay.
I just need you to look at my config because like the port for my control deck like changed, and then there's a couple other things that I can't think of right now, but I have them like written down so I wouldn't forget.
Um, maybe tomorrow night, maybe Monday night, maybe Wednesday night. No, I can't do Wednesday. Yeah, maybe Wednesday night after my stream because you're West Coast,
Okay.
so I can maybe Wednesday night when I'm done streaming with Bill
If
Tendo.
if not, yeah, if not tomorrow, then we can do Wednesday. Okay, here we go. Spin again. 1, 2, 3 for the Taito. For the Taito.
And not to take away from She-Lion's stream here because we all love She-Lion, but if you guys want to look, oh my God, it's gonna land on Biggie.
Oh,
Oh
realsies cuts. Oh, Biggie, so
my God,
close.
Biggie, you were right there,
So
man.
close.
If you guys want to listen to another gaming show, I do one every Wednesday with this guy Bill Tendo. You got to go to his channel because he streams it from his channel, not mine. Bill Tendo on YouTube every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern time. It's called Game Onia, like Stankonia, but Game Onia. And we talk gaming. We're not really talking arcades. We're talking video games. We're bullshitting about old games, bullshitting about new games, bullshitting about life. So if you guys want to listen to two assholes bullshit about video games and other shit, jump on Wednesday nights, 9 p.m. on Bill Tendo's YouTube.
Yeah, it was interesting to like listen to you guys talk about some of the stuff because like he's super knowledgeable about um like a lot of random information about games and
Yeah,
like God, he was talking about one specific one. All right, Realsy's not in here, and
hit it.
anyways, it was cool to listen to. All
Yeah,
right,
he's got a lot of knowledge, especially
spin.
about the Japanese stuff, older games, things like that. He's got a lot of great. He's a great guy, absolutely great guy. Who we landed on? Is it Terry?
Oh,
Raul,
Raul,
congrats. I know he's in
is he
here.
still here?
He better be. I'll fucking text him right now. Like, yo,
Oh
you
my
better be in the
god.
chat.
Oh my god. That's just, oh my god. Where is Vic at? Why is Vic not here? Or Ray?
Because they didn't know that I was streaming with you.
How dare them? How dare you?
I know, really. Where the fuck is Raul?
Can't
Why isn't
believe it. Oh,
anything
he's right
showing up?
there. There he is.
There he
Okay.
is.
All right. You win. Yay.
Yay,
Congrats.
Raul.
All right.
Congrats, Raul.
So Raul wins the Taito. Um, Raul, just hit me up. SheLineGaming@gmail.com, and I will get all of your information from you.
Actually, if he doesn't mind, I can give it to you. I have it. I'll give it to you privately.
Oh, okay. We'll just yeah, as long as confirm with him, then that's cool. And again, guys, this whole giveaway is sponsored because of the great generosity of Ezekiel, the Chicago Retro Ranger, who's awesome, huge supporter of the channel, and is 100% the reason that this giveaway is happening. So thank you for that. Okay, so we got our winner for the Taito, and it's funny because it's even green. And now we're spinning for the Capcom, the coveted
The mother of all.
Capcom.
Wait, can I join this one? Because I kind of want the Capcom. No,
Yeah.
I'm kidding. Don't put my name in there.
Why?
I'll buy it.
Oh, okay.
Fine, fucking put my name. No, don't put my name in there.
No, I'm putting your name in here.
No, don't do it. Don't do it. Because if I win, I'm going to tell you to respend. Don't do it. We don't want to have to respend.
Okay. All right. Here we go.
If I win, I'll exit out of the chat.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Capcom. Capcom. Who's gonna win the Capcom? Oh my god! It was so close. Wait. Tomorrow's Ghost. Tomorrow's Ghost. Are you in here? Tomorrow's Ghost.
It almost hit chaotic.
I know, it was so close. He goes, I could win this.
Chaotic's my boy, man. I want him to win on these wheels. I got him onto the Instagram wheels, and like he just keeps.
Oh, he's here. Tomorrow's Ghost is here. Congratulations. Yep.
There he is.
All right. So yeah, just shoot me an email, SheLineGaming, all one word, @gmail.com, and I will get your contact info from you, and I will get these shipped out within the next, well, I mean, during the week. So Congratulations, and thank you again to Ezekiel for sponsoring this. Really cool, and good to see some people win some cool gaming stuff. It's awesome.
Congrats, guys.
And
Absolutely.
thank
Congrats.
you for everybody who played and all the channel support. So we got, oh my God, it's like exactly 8:59.
It's midnight here.
Yeah. It's like you have to play Spider-Man 2, Joel.
I'm gonna get at least an hour in. Yeah,
Okay.
I have to.
You got to crush at least an hour.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've been dying to play it for like 2 weeks. I haven't been able to get to it in 2 weeks.
Closing remarks. Do you want to plug anything before we jump off here?
Yeah, check out my YouTube channel, Retro Lizard. You don't gotta subscribe, but go ahead and check it out. And check out my website, retrolizardscustomarcades.com. If you're interested in any home arcade stuff, I'm also adding in console mods too. I got mod at Wii's up on there. I'm going to have mod at Sega Saturns, and I'm going to have N64 kiosk EverDrives coming up too. So check that out, and appreciate you guys. Appreciate everybody for listening. Don't get mad if you don't like some of the things we said, because we're all allowed to have an opinion. And thanks for watching, She-Lion. Thanks for hosting this. This was really cool, man. So I love coming on your show. Love talking to you. We bullshit all the time through text messaging now, and we've become a little bit of acquaintances through text messaging, which is great. You're fucking awesome, dude. Fucking love your shit. Love your content. And check it, dude. If you don't follow She-Lion on TikTok, go follow She-Lion on TikTok, because she posts awesome shit all the time. And if you subscribe to her, she's gonna just blow up your feed like it's fucking Pornhub full of arcade
Which
shit.
is weird, because like I get like all these bot views. TikTok, they try to like suppress you unless you like pay to promote your stuff.
Right.
So it's so weird. But anyways, yeah, I do put up sometimes different stuff on TikTok. And thanks, Joel. Thanks for joining, and and for being a supporter of the channel. It's fun just to like shoot the shit and talk about gaming stuff, and to have somebody who's like into the what do you call it, like multicade kind of arcade scene,
Yeah.
So cool stuff. And thank you all in the chat very much for being here tonight. You guys know I don't go live very often, but when I do, I like to, hopefully make it kind of fun, right? So hopefully I'll get like 1 or 2 more lives in just before the end of the year. Probably one. I'm gonna be realistic with you guys. Probably one. If you haven't checked out my latest video, which is simply a mod to the Big Blue Arcade 1-Up, and look, I had a lot of people asking me about that thing, and that's the reason why I made that video. I literally made it because people were asking me about it, and I shared all the artwork, the custom artwork that I made for it, and how to do it. So if you're interested in that, it's there. But check it out. It's a good video. It's very condensed, so not too draggy-on-y, if that's not even a word, but
Draghiani.
yeah. Anyways, y'all have a great rest of your weekend, and stay safe out there. All right. And until next time, I'll see you guys then. Bye.